Johannes, can you give us your assessment of that one, please?
I think first half was good for us. I think we did well in some moments. I think we defended well, and I don't think we conceded any chances at all. I think would have loved us to be a little bit better on the ball and create more chances. But still, I think we managed to defend the wide spaces they really want to attack and create some of those moments, crossing opportunities. So I think first half was overall okay. Then second half, of course, changes the game picture with the early goal they score, and then I'm not satisfied with those 20 minutes after that, because I think it gets too open, it gets too wild, there's too many duels, there's too many fouls, there's too many random situations, and we don't get the control in the game. And then, of course, the red card changes kind of the last part of the game.
And that is a key moment, clearly. They score again, I think, 2 minutes after that. What were your thoughts on that second yellow for Jose?
I think he can give it, of course, and he decided to do. I would have loved some other calls and different calls in other situations, but it's probably not to discuss here, because there was definitely some big ones that he missed. But he can give it, and I talked to Jose about it, because he needs to be more clever in a situation like that, and don't give him the opportunity to give him a second yellow. And then also it creates some of course a little bit change of structure when we have to defend that set piece situation straight after, and they, unfortunately for us, they score directly. So it was quite of a big one for us.
You said more generally you thought there was a few decisions. Is there anything specifically?
And I think you hope you see the same, and I hope that you guys in the room you see the same, because otherwise then I think we have a problem.
That's hugely frustrating again, because it feels like you're having to bat away that element of these games. There's things you can control, there's things you can't control, week in, week out.
Yeah, there is, and I think unfortunately for us at the moment, there's many things that we cannot control that is also, I will not say preventing us from being good enough, but I think it's massive calls in some moments of the game that is not in our favor. And again, we spent some time with the guys officiating the game after the game, because we simply need some answers, and we need some conversation about this what's going on. But we did it in a respectful way, and also respect the refs, and I wish them a Merry Christmas.
Do you think you'll be speaking to Kevin Friend at some point?
No, because I've told them not to tell him to call me, because I have to spend time on my team. I cannot spend time on more apologies now.
The reality is that the amount of points you've lost from winning positions, which is under your control in many respects. How much are we concerned that is a pattern that's over a large period of games?
I think the league is so tight. So one goal don't give you the advantage always that you need. I think we need to look at how can we score that second goal. I think it's an even one today. I think we played a team where they have a good home record, and they are in form and they have the momentum. So we knew it's going to be a tight one. I think the first goal they score it's all right. We can deal with that after the score 1-1 after 60 minutes. That's all right for us. We can still create good moments, and we can still push a little bit towards the end. But definitely, I think we need to improve in scoring that second goal, and making sure that we give ourselves a better position and situation than only being 1-0 up, because it can change so quickly, and you see that in more or less all the other games in the league as well.
When you stress often, you don't get hung up too much on 190 minutes or a result, but that is two wins in 13. That clearly needs to be something you have to switch around. Yeah,
definitely. And here we can only look at where we are as a team and our performances, and how we can make sure that we do a little bit better. I think if we look at it, from a positive position, then I think it was only the QPR game where we were off. I think there was some of the other games that we have lost where we gave it a shot. I think today it's completely even game, and I think we can easily score that second goal before they do it. I think, like I said, we should have had the opportunity to score that second goal in some moments. So I think it's so even. I think it was the same against Burnley, but it also tells the picture of, maybe what it is that we need to be even more competitive with this group of players and with this team. So we need that consistency in the group. We need that game management, dealing with random situations, making sure that we stay in it in those moments of the game that we cannot always control and we cannot not always play that we want to play them. We still need to be competitive and we still need to be consistent in our actions and our decisions. And then I think we lack probably just some percentages so we can be better, because that's what we strive for.
And on that specific aspect, I mean, is that different personnel, or is that just those shared experiences you talked about, having gone through it and go through it again, and then it becomes almost muscle memory?
Yeah, but it is, because it's not. I'll never sit here and talk about other players that are not in the club. We have the players we have, and we have a huge obligation to work with the players, and we do that every day. Hopefully we improve, hopefully we get better. I think we are taking steps, even though the results are maybe not following that improvement. But we have to believe that it will. We have to believe that it will change. We have to believe that when we play against on Thursday, we can be competitive again, and we can play more of the game in the way that we actually want to do it. But that's also the hardest step to take, and we are making sure that we use every day as good as possible to improve this group of players, because that's the only thing we can control. That's the only thing we can affect.
Just a couple, if I can, on your actual team selection. You went on L there. I think that's his first league start under you. Yeah. You played down the middle. So what was he thinking there in terms of today?
Yeah, because we know that they're really aggressive in their pressing, and they go man to man. So we needed a player down the middle that could hold the ball, control it for us. And I actually think it was close to that. We had a good situation, a good chance after 15 minutes of the game, where he held on to it, and he was just about to find Borja on the outside. So that was the reason behind him, and I think he's been pushing towards a starting position. I've said to him from day one he needs to improve his fitness, so he's available more and we can use him even more. And then of course he had the injury that kept him out for quite a few weeks. But I think he's about to get back, and I think he can contribute to the team with his power and his physique and his technique on the last line. And
you went Stacey instead of maybe Callum Fisher today. What did Jack have the edge for you today?
Yeah, sometimes also a change of positioning where we needed Jack to be a little bit more on the last line and to arrive to bring in some crosses a little bit more. Where Kellen so far this season have been more inverted for us, but I think also Kellen can take that position in the future. But I think at the moment Jack is our go-to guy when we need some crosses down the right side, and we need to play with a winger that is a little bit more inside and connected with our striker. So that's the choices we do from week to week and from game to game.
Final one, obviously he was available today in the end, nameless gun, but that's clearly not been resolved, that situation with the FA. Is it just a watching brief now in terms of between now and Thursday? Yeah, let's
see. Again, another one of them that those situations we cannot control. We don't know what we're going to happen. We just have to wait and see, and we prepare and we bring in more than just one goalkeeper when we prepare for the games at the moment, and the same with some of the other outfield positions. So that's how it is. We cannot affect it. We cannot control it. So we just have to make sure that more than one goalkeeper is fit and ready.
How highly did you rate Sunderland today? Do you take some positives?
Say again?
How highly did you rate Sunderland today? Do you take some positives by the fact that you sort of matched them for large parts of the game?
Yeah, but without being disrespectful, I think we have a team that can match them. I think praise to them because they've been good, especially at home, where they have a great home record, and then they break some intensity into the game. So we knew before the game it was not going to be an easy one for us, but I have belief in my team, and I think we can, if we manage to get the game being a game where we can control it, we can have a little bit more passes, we can stretch them a little bit more, we can open up some space in between the lines, which I think we managed to do in first half. Then we can definitely compete against them. When it, especially the second half, when it gets too open, too wild, too much about duels, too much back and forth in the game, it's not our favorite game. So that's I think that was where the game changed today. But I expect my team to be competitive, even though we're not close to them in the league at the moment.
Just one, Johannes.
Yeah.
But on Angus, can you sort of share exactly what it is that they're investigating or looking into, or is that one that you have to sort of wait until after this?
I have to wait and see because the answer we got was that they didn't have the time to deal with it before this weekend. So we have to wait and see also the response that we give.
But the instance specifically, do you know what it is that he's been charged with, or what he did?
I think it was something in the half time or in the tunnel. Maybe.
Subspot.
Huh?
Subspot.
Yeah, he kicked something or he pushed something or I don't know. I haven't seen the footage of it yet, so of course we need to see that before we can comment on it. But I think everyone to begin with was a little bit in doubt of what really happened and if something happened. But of course, if he did something that he should not do, then we have to accept that. So yeah, I need to wait and see.
Right, thanks everybody.